Beloved brothers and sisters, this day begins under the grace and loving care of God. Before we take a single step, let us find refuge in Him, because only the Lord can guard our souls, strengthen our hearts, and bring peace in the midst of life's fiercest battles. Today, we will seek guidance in Psalm 59, a powerful prayer for days of battle, persecution, and affliction. This psalm reveals a God who is a secure refuge, a faithful defender, and a present help for everyone who cries out to Him in faith. Psalm 59 declares, "Deliver me from mine enemies, O my God." When the heart seeks refuge in God, the enemy cannot prevail. When the soul cries out in faith, every trap begins to fall apart. When the presence of God rises over a life, evil retreats. Every snare is broken, and His mighty deliverance shines forth. In the comments, leave your name and the name of someone you love who needs deliverance and protection. Let us pray in faith, believing that the Lord goes before the battle, breaking every trap, closing every opening, and watching over every detail of our lives. Now quiet your heart and speak with God. Lord my God, I come before you with a burdened soul, yet with faith burning brightly within me, because I know that in your arms I find refuge whenever danger tries to draw near. In your presence my heart can breathe when everything around me feels heavy. Under your care I find security when evil moves in silence, when hidden intentions are at work, and when there are persecutions my eyes cannot fully measure. I do not come before you pretending to be strong. I come as someone who knows my own need and recognizes that only you can guard my life with perfect power, constant vigilance, unfailing love, and a mighty hand that never loses control. Psalm 59 verse 1 says, "Deliver me from mine enemies." I take these words as a living cry before your altar, because you know everything that tries to rise against me. You know where hostility exists. You know where evil is hiding. You know where there is persecution, oppression, confrontation, and threats. Before any trap is fully formed, your eyes have already seen it. Before any blow can reach me, your hand is already mighty enough to cover me. Before darkness can advance upon my path, your light has already risen to mark my life as your own. Therefore I cry out with confidence, sincere dependence, and a heart poured out before you. Guard me. Surround me with your presence. Hide me in the safety of your refuge. Loving Father, my soul feels the heaviness in the atmosphere. It feels the pressure, the force of certain attacks, the discomfort of hostile eyes, and the movements that seek to bring pain, weariness, and discouragement. There are days when my chest feels tight, and I cannot put it all into words. There are nights when the silence feels overwhelming. There are hours when my heart senses the battle, when something tries to steal my peace, weaken my joy, my courage, and my calm. But I will not surrender to fear, because you remain my refuge. You are still the high wall around me. You are still the God who watches over me. I ask you, visit my life with your protection. Place your hand upon my path. Place your hand upon my mind so that anxious thoughts will not take over my heart. Place your hand upon my heart so that anguish will find no home within me. Place your hand over my home, over every door, every room, and every step I take. May your presence sanctify the place where I am. May your power drive away every evil approach. May your care surround me so deeply and so truly that my soul may rest once again, my spirit may be strengthened again, and my heart may find serenity beneath the shadow of your wings. You are the God who is never confused and never late, the God who overlooks nothing that surrounds me. When I have no words, you understand. When I have no strength and can see no way forward, you remain the only safe path. Your name is my fortress. Your gaze is my comfort. Your presence is my defense. I may feel the weight of the battle, but greater than any battle is the power of the God who is with me. I may recognize people with evil intentions, difficult environments, and movements filled with malice, but none of these are greater than your authority. None of them can reach beyond the power of your hand. None of them can erase the decree of care that you have spoken over my life. Therefore, I lift my prayer with all the sincerity of my heart and ask you, be my hiding place today. Be my shelter at this very hour. Be the guardian of my steps when I go out, when I return, when I walk through difficult places, and when I must stand firm in times of tension. Do not allow fear to take the place of faith within me. Do not allow anxiety to overcome the peace that comes from you. Remind my heart every moment that I belong to the Most High God, the God who closes the paths that lead to suffering, the God who destroys ambushes, the God who breaks the power of evil, and the God who tenderly upholds those who seek him with all their hearts. My Father, I place before you everything that threatens me in silence, everything that surrounds me without warning, everything that seeks to wound my inner peace, everything that longs to see me discouraged, exhausted, and weakened. I hide none of my concerns from you, because I know you never reject a heart that pours itself out in truth. Receive my cry and make this moment a turning point of deliverance in my life. Wherever there is a snare, pour out your freedom. Wherever there is heaviness, pour out your peace and your justice. Wherever there is confrontation, pour out your protection. Wherever there is darkness, let your light shine brightly. Establish my feet upon the security that only you can give. May every attempt against my life meet the barrier of your power and retreat before your sovereign hand. I refuse to surrender my soul to despair because you are my God. I refuse to walk under the control of fear because the Lord is my defender. I refuse to let fear dictate my steps because your voice is stronger than every sound that tries to surround me. You are faithful every morning. You are present every night. You remain constant when everything around me seems to change. You are my rock when the ground beneath me feels fragile. You are my security when my soul longs for a place to rest. That is why I place myself confidently into your arms, asking that your protection go with me, that your hand cover me, that your power preserve me, and that your presence make my life a place surrounded by your peace, your strength, and your living, holy, and unconquerable care. You know, O God, what no one else can fully see. You search depths that human eyes could never reach, and before you nothing is hidden, nothing is forgotten, and nothing is overlooked. When traps are laid in secret, when evil is organized far beyond my awareness, when hidden intentions seek to harm my life with cruelty, your eyes remain fixed upon it all. You see what has been spoken in secret. You see what has been planned against me. You see every scheme prepared in darkness, and this truth sustains me because I am not left to chance. I'm not abandoned in the midst of injustice. I'm not alone before those who seek to wound me. Your eyes are upon me. Your judgment is perfect. Your presence remains steadfast over the story of my life. Psalm 59 verse 3 says, "For lo, they lie in wait for my soul." Some wounds were born from injustice, some burdens came through unexpected attacks, and some pain was caused by cruel hands and hardened hearts. Yet I also recognize something infinitely greater, far higher and far more powerful. No hiding place of evil can remain concealed from your face. No wicked plan stays invisible before your holiness. No scheme prepared in silence escapes your knowledge. You are the God who examines everything with absolute truth, who discerns every intention, who sees the purity of those who weep before you, and who also sees the corruption of those who seek to do harm. The Lord knows exactly where I was wounded. He knows exactly where they tried to wear me down, where they set traps to steal my peace, my dignity, and my walk. You know the weight of injustice without my having to explain every detail. You know the scars left by harsh words, dishonest actions, and hidden schemes that sought to break me from within. You know the nights I remained silent, trying to understand the reason for such cruelty. You know the moments when my soul was overwhelmed and could not even react. My cry rises to the living God, the God who sees, who understands, and who acts with justice and faithfulness. Many times, what hurts the most is knowing that there were hidden traps, disguises, and carefully planned schemes meant to wound my heart. Remove from within me every deep weariness that came from those wounds. Lift the pressure that has settled in my heart. Pour over me a holy renewal, a true comfort, and a gentle yet mighty strength that restores me completely. I do not need to lose myself trying to uncover alone what you have already seen in full. I do not need to carry the burden of proving what already stands exposed before your truth. I do not need to live consumed by anxiety, because God knows the beginning, the middle, and the end of everything that has touched my life. So I place into your hands every trap that has been set, every hidden intention, every hand that acted with cruelty, and every heart that rose against me with malice. I lay it all before your throne, because in your hands the truth remains secure. Before you justice is never corrupted, and in your presence my heart finds the rest it needs, so it will not sink beneath the weight of pain. Guard me from bitterness. Guard me from prolonged discouragement. Guard me from the heaviness that tries to settle deep within me. Keep me from carrying alone the burdens that only your touch can relieve. May your Spirit visit my heart with such a powerful light that every shadow left by injustice loses its place. May your peace fill the places where tension once lived. I want to remain whole and continue walking with a heart that has been preserved. I want to keep moving forward without allowing the cruelty of others to define who I am. And while you are working on my behalf, teach me to remain steadfast, with my eyes lifted toward heaven, my faith protected, and my hope burning brightly. Teach me to remember that the Lord never overlooks a tear poured out in prayer. Teach me to remember that every pain laid upon your altar receives an answer in the perfect timing of your hand. Teach me to remember that even when the silence feels long, your eyes continue to examine everything, weigh everything, and order everything with perfect justice. You are my God, and that alone changes the reality of my soul. Because wherever you are, lies lose their power, wickedness loses its ground, and the wounded heart finds the strength to remain standing before your holy and mighty presence. The true strength of my life does not come from my own breath, nor from what my hands can hold or my eyes can organize. My strength comes from you. My sustenance comes from you. When my heart has endured heavy burdens, when my soul has felt the cruelty of hidden attacks, when my spirit has carried deep pressures, I lift my eyes to you with even greater intensity, because only God remains steadfast, exalted, unshakable, and glorious above everything that tries to weaken me. You are the place where my soul breathes deeply again. You are the safe height where my spirit finds rest. You are the fortress that cannot be broken, the tower that never falls, and the hand that never fails. Psalm 59 verse 9 says, "Because of his strength will I wait upon thee, for God is my defense." I turn these words into the breath of my prayer, the firmness of my heart, and the truth that guides my path. I wait on you, Lord, because waiting on you means remaining standing, even when exhaustion tries to bend me. It means keeping my soul lifted even when heaviness seeks to settle within me. It means knowing there is a high place where fear does not rule my thoughts, where anxiety does not dominate my heart, and where insecurity does not take over my journey. That place is you. You are my strength. You are my security. There is no foundation more solid and no protection more true than standing firmly in your name. Being my strong tower means everything to me in this moment. I need to remember that there is a safe place above every confusion, above every pressure, and above every noise. When I take refuge in prayer, my heart is lifted above the storm. My soul finds protection. Hide me in your faithfulness. Guard me with the strength of your mighty arm. Let me feel sheltered in your love, surrounded by your presence and upheld by your majesty. My heart rises in faith to receive the strength of your blessing. Your kingdom stands forever, and because of that, my soul finds rest. Nothing is beyond the reach of your hand. Psalm 59 verse 13 says, "And let them know that God ruleth in Jacob. Reign over my days, over the doors that open before me, and over the paths that need your direction. Under your reign, blessing is poured out, peace takes root, and my heart is strengthened to keep moving forward. Pour out upon me, Lord, the beauty of your favor. Visit my path with peace. Touch my mind with true rest. Bring back to life everything that has grown weary. Restore what has been worn down by exhaustion. Grow within me a deep confidence, the kind that fills the soul with courage and allows the heart to breathe with freedom once again. May your blessing rest upon my life in a mighty and tangible way. Bless my steps, bless my thoughts, bless every decision I make today. Bless my home, bless my rest. Bless what has been wounded until it is healed. Bless what has grown weak until it is strengthened. Bless what seemed covered in darkness until it is filled with light. Cover my life with the living mark of your love. And in this movement of prayer, my soul begins to feel a new breath, a pure strength, a holy light that rekindles my heart from within. After carrying so many burdens, after difficult nights and days when my heart nearly lost the rhythm of hope, this is the moment when faith rises once again with beauty, strength, and depth. My spirit breathes peacefully again as it realizes that strength comes from above, that true sustenance comes down from heaven, and that courage is reborn through the touch of the Lord's presence. Nothing brings renewal like the voice of God, reaching the deepest places of the heart and awakening life where weariness once tried to spread. Psalm 59 verse 16 says, "But I will sing of thy power." Singing of the power of the Most High is more than speaking beautiful words. It is allowing the soul to rise above every burden. It is allowing faith to open once again, like the morning after a long night. It is feeling courage rise within the heart to keep moving forward, peace to remain steadfast, and strength to continue the journey. When my lips proclaim the power of God, my spirit is renewed. When my heart acknowledges the greatness of the Lord, something holy begins to reorder my thoughts, strengthen my emotions, and restore balance to everything that had grown weary. Beloved God, ignite within me this renewed faith, living, steadfast, and radiant. Lead my heart out of every shadow and into a field of hope. Visit every part of my soul that has endured difficult days. Pour over me such a beautiful, powerful, and peaceful breath of life that every trace of discouragement begins to disappear. May my faith never remain trapped by the scars of the journey, but instead bloom even more because of your loving care. May my spirit rise with dignity, peace, steadfastness, and a confidence that is gentle, deep, and unshakable. Pour into me a new beauty from within. Restore to my soul the radiance of confidence. Restore to my eyes the tenderness of hope. Restore to my heart the sensitivity of faith. Do not allow the weight of the journey to extinguish the holy flame you have lit within me. Do not let weariness steal the gentleness of hope. Do not let the hardships of life close my spirit. Instead, fill me with a quiet strength, the kind that upholds without hardening, lifts up without hurting, and restores true peace. I want to feel my soul being truly strengthened. I want to notice my thoughts becoming more aligned, my heart more steadfast, my spirit lighter, and my faith rising higher. I want to walk with the beautiful certainty that the strength of heaven sustains me. I want to move forward with my heart warmed by the presence of God, my eyes filled with hope, and my soul renewed by a love that never fails. May every word of praise released in this prayer become healing within me. May every acknowledgement of the Lord's greatness become courage. May every moment in the presence of God produce new life, deep rest, and holy strength. Lord, awaken within me an inner song that does not depend on my circumstances, a song born from faith, a song rising from trust, a song that carries light even through demanding days. Teach my heart to exalt your strength with sincerity and beauty, because in that exaltation my inner being grows stronger. In that exaltation my spirit receives new breath. My soul is restored. Peace begins to fill the empty spaces again. Fear loses its power, and hope blossoms once more. Praise then becomes more than sound. It becomes a rebirth within me. Father, Visit my emotions with this renewal. Visit my mind with this light. Visit my heart with this peace that is both strong and gentle. Visit my spirit with this pure, deep, and enduring strength. May every discouraged area receive fresh courage. May every weakened area receive strength. May every wounded area receive comfort. And at the center of it all, may my faith rise more beautiful, more mature, more confident, and more alive, like a garden touched by heaven's rain after a season of drought. My heart sings of the strength of God because it feels that strength entering my deepest being, restoring what needed care, rekindling what needed light, and strengthening what needed stability. Pour over my life your holy, beautiful, pure, and peaceful prosperity. Cause the favor that comes from heaven to blossom along my path. Touch the work of my hands with your goodness. Breathe over my days a season of provision, growth, dignity, and abundance, so that my heart may feel the gentle weight of your care in every detail of my journey. Your blessing enriches the soul, strengthens the inner being, illuminates the mind, and opens paths of peace before my feet. Therefore my prayer rises with living faith, asking your hand to rest upon me and transform weary places into fields visited by your generosity. My provision comes from your faithfulness. My future rests in the strength of your blessing. When the Lord visits a life with divine prosperity, the desert receives rain, the seed gains strength, the paths are filled with direction, and the heart learns to rest while working, dreaming, and moving forward in hope. Beloved Father, bring fruit from my efforts. Pour wisdom over my decisions. Place clarity in my mind, excellence in my actions, steadfastness in my heart, and grace upon every door connected to my provision. May my work receive the touch of heaven. May my projects receive direction. May my gifts find room to flourish. Bring forth over my life a season of productivity, favor, and harvest. A beautiful season filled with signs of your care and answers that bring relief, stability, and joy to my soul. Lord, visit my finances with your peace. Bring order to what needs to be organized. Multiply what needs to grow. Strengthen within me the wisdom to manage with maturity and calm. Pour out understanding for every choice, prudence for every step, and discernment for every opportunity. May the prosperity you send be accompanied by peace in my heart, balance in my thoughts, and gratitude in my soul. May I live days marked by sufficient provision, the right doors, blessed connections, and paths prepared by your love. Open honorable paths before me. Bring forth opportunities aligned with your goodness. Carry my name to the right places. Grant healthy growth, honest opportunities, good fruit, and beautiful answers. May I witness the dawn of a new season with harvests arriving, provision becoming visible, peace increasing, and joy blossoming within me once again. And as this divine prosperity rests upon me, also strengthen my faith so that I may live through this season with balance, wisdom, and gratitude. May every small answer be received with joy. May every open door be recognized as a sign of your love. Lord my God, cause the beauty of your favor, the strength of your provision, the tenderness of your care, and the abundance of your blessing to shine over my life so that I may move forward with a strengthened heart, a peaceful soul, and paths covered by the holy prosperity that flows from your throne and reaches my life with grace, stability, dignity, and fullness. Dear God, thank you for every lesson from today. Thank you for everything that strengthened my faith. Thank you for everything that matured my heart. Thank you even for the moments that demanded more from me, because through all of them, your grace continued to sustain me. Nothing escapes your care. Nothing happens beyond the reach of your hand to transform it into growth, renewal, and direction. Therefore, my heart rests and gives you thanks, because this day, with everything it brought, passed beneath the reach of your goodness. Thank you for my life, my health, the food I received, the shelter over me, and the people who were part of this day. Even when my soul cannot find many words, your presence continues to understand everything. Your love never fails. Your care never leaves, and you remain faithful even in the smallest details of daily life. Psalm 59 is one of those passages that reaches deep into the heart with power, because it was born from a place of pressure, threat, and real pain. It was not written from a place of comfort. It was not a song composed in the ease of peaceful days. It is a cry raised when the soul feels surrounded, watched, pressured, and wounded by injustice. That is why this psalm touches us so deeply. It reveals that even a heart full of faith passes through difficult nights. It shows that trusting God does not mean living without battles, but living with the knowledge of where to run when the battle becomes intense. There is something deeply powerful in Psalm 59. David does not pretend to be calm. He does not hide his pain. He does not try to appear invincible. He recognizes the danger, feels the weight of the moment, and turns everything into prayer. This is one of the most beautiful lessons in this psalm. True faith is not the denial of pain. True faith is the decision to bring that pain into the presence of God. Some people think being spiritual means hiding what they feel. Psalm 59 shows the opposite. Those who truly know God open their hearts, weep when necessary, cry out with intensity, and continue seeking refuge above, even when everything around them seems dark. This psalm speaks to those who have felt the weight of persecution, injustice, cruel words, hidden intentions, oppressive environments, and the weariness that comes when someone realizes they are being affected by something they cannot always explain. The human heart suffers deeply when it feels surrounded by hostility. It suffers when it senses traps nearby. It suffers when it tries to live in peace but encounters harshness, confrontation, and tension. Psalm 59 enters that very place. It is not speaking about a minor discomfort. It speaks of a soul that needs deliverance, protection, and strength to remain standing and continue breathing. What is most beautiful is that David does not stop at describing his pain. He moves forward into trust. This is the point where Psalm 59 becomes more than a cry for help and turns into a school of faith. Even while surrounded by pressure, he recognizes that strength does not belong to his enemies. Strength belongs to God. Even as his heart passes through a difficult night, he chooses to lift his eyes. Even while feeling the tension of the moment, he decides to wait upon God. This is powerful because it reveals spiritual maturity. The situation did not suddenly become easy, but his heart found a high place where it could remain steadfast. Perhaps this is the great invitation of this devotional, to stop looking only at what surrounds us and begin looking toward our refuge, to stop measuring life only by the battle and begin measuring it again by the faithfulness of God, to stop allowing the soul to revolve around tension and let it rest in the strength that comes from above. Psalm 59 remains alive because even today, many people need this spiritual embrace. Many need to remember that God sees what is hidden, protects the wounded heart, strengthens the weary, and transforms a cry for help into sustaining grace. Those who enter Psalm 59 find more than ancient words. They find a path, they find a refuge, they find a voice that says to the weary heart, God remains present in the darkest and most difficult night. God remains strong when the soul feels small. God remains near when no one else understands the depth of the pain. And when this truth finally enters the deepest place within us, the heart begins to breathe again. Faith rises once more, and the soul learns again that it can keep moving forward because God remains our refuge, our strength, our justice, and our mercy through every step of the journey.